Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a new episode of GWENT. We're back here today with an improvement of the Pinch My Nerves, and I've been working really hard on building the best variants of this thingy right here, and it's also a Pincer maneuver we've kept with Northern Realms, because I believe in the Season of the Wolf, Northern Realms with Pincer Maneuver is the top most utterly insane deck that you can play. It beats Nilfgaard, it beats Skellige, and it's damn right powerful. Of course, you could find some replacements here and there. I've seen people playing, I think, one or two cards differently, but this, in my opinion, is the deck that you want to play. Easy wins, fast forward, you can just unlock the entire tree in just a couple of days. So here, let's get down to the deck and what changes I've made. So we still have Portal, and as I mentioned, we were missing Geralt Earden. I've added Geralt Earden, so we have a lot of Geralts in here. We've got Geralt Professional, Geralt Igni, Geralt Earden, and Geralt of Rivia. I think, all in all, having these Geralts is way better than having the three witches that spawn. Let's see, witcheroo. Okay, so it's way better than just adding Vesemir, Lambert, and Eskel into the deck. They all have 8 provision. That means 3 times 8, 24 provision to occupy just for a 6 times 3, that's 18. So that's a bit low. And why? Because with this deck that I made just now, you can outgun and outmaneuver and outplay any other deck out there. So we've got these Geralt, we've got Selkirk of Gullet, which is good. You can use it to either draw out any enemy locks, combined with Black Rayla. You can also draw out any enemy locks, basically because you would want your Reinforced Trebuchet and your Trident Infantry to deal damage from the start of the round, but these can be silenced too, locked out, and I believe that having Black Rayla and Selkirk are actually good because they can deal with a lot of cards out there. We have Necromancy. We've removed Aratu's Adept and Shani. They were really situational, just like when using Vesemir and Eskel and Lambert. Basically, to be able to play those 3 witches, you only need to have 1 in hand. If you have one other from the 3-part combo, then the combo doesn't trigger, and you only summon the 3rd witcher. So it's pretty hard to mulligan just for those, when you actually need to mulligan for a lot of other things, and you need to focus on board control. We've got Anna, we've got Temerian Drummers, Immortal Cavalry. This was suggested by someone in the comments, and it's insanely good. It's a bronze card. Shield deploy spawn a base copy of this unit in this row, and it has 3 power. Once you summon it, the shield gets removed, and you just, because of the 2 damage, and you get boosted by 4, which means 7, and because it spawns a copy of itself, you gain 14 board power, just like that. And you combine it with Necromancy. This is the beauty, because the Immortal Cavalry is a bronze unit. Necromancy works on it, so you just have to make sure that at least one Immortal Cavalry, use at least one Immortal Cavalry in the first turn, and you'll have it in the graveyard, so you can use it, summon it again with Necromancy. Reinforced Trebuchet, Dunbanner, that's 10 power dropping on the board. Of course, you need to mulligan to just have one in hand. This could be replaced, but I didn't have found any good replacement for a 5 cost. Also deals 3 damage, so it's kind of good. Especially, it works great against other Reinforced Trebuchet spawned by your opponent. If you're playing against Northern Realms, of course. Cadrini Cavalry, 10 power when you summon this baby. It negates the 2 damage because of the shield, loses shield, boosts itself by 2, and then plus 4, that's 10. Tridim Infantry and Cadrini Knight. I kept Cadrini Knight because it's actually good. If you play your cards right, when spawning Portal, you have somewhat like a 70% chance of getting Cadrini Knight. Always make sure you throw them away, you mulligan them out of your hand, and for the Portal to work, of course. And that's pretty much about it. We've used up our provision to its maximum capability and efficiency. We've got 0 provisions left. That means everything is pretty much packed up tight. And as in win rate, I have over 90% win rate with this deck. So be my guest, try it for yourself. It's incredibly good. So that's pretty much it. As on tactics, make sure you keep Igni and Yuden towards the last rounds of the game, and make sure you keep them for the last place, because you'll be disposing of a big chunk of your opponent's board power. So yeah, let's head over into seasonal play and show you guys how this works. Beware, some people might just forfeit. Alright, we're starting our night with a monster match. Initial hand looks good. I think I'll just throw away that Spearman. Oh, that's great. That's pretty good, actually. So if I use both of the cavalries, the ones with shield, and when I get the portal, if I get the portal in the upcoming rounds, I'll be only spawning the Cadwini Cavalry, or Cadwini Knights, sorry. So double 9s, that's 18 if we get it to work properly. That's Shadow. Okay, destroy and resummon. This is Banshee. Consume. It's a consume. It could be a consume. I don't know. In Elder Scrolls Legends, I used to judge a deck based on the initial 3 cards played. I think this applies here as well. With the first 3 cards that you play, basically show the strategy. Better get rid of it. So I'm leading with 14 board power, and I haven't used my trinket yet. It's going to be a bit dangerous to spawn Gullet. Seltkirk of Gullet. Because that's a melee unit as well, so I'll just go with the Trebuchet here. I also have a Tridim Infantry, so I can start building up in the ranged row as well. Remember, if you focus all your stuff in one lane, you're eventually gonna get Geralt Earden or Geralt Igni. Be very careful when having multiple creatures of the same power being as top creatures in that specific lane. So we have round 1. It was pretty much given away. And my opponent actually wanted this, so I'm 1 card behind my opponent, because he let me play another card and he just passed. So I have 1 card less than him. We've got Earden. And we've got another Trebuchet. Whatever my opponent will be spawning, I will be able to just duel that unit. So how duel works, you just deal damage back and forth. It's not like self-neutralizing. If you duel a card that has 7 power, they don't just kill themselves. Your 7 damage is dealt first, and then that card dies. If the card you're battling has more power, you deal 7, and the unit will attack back with the power that it has left. After it has suffered damage, of course. So you can pretty much duel with cards with higher power. Haunt. Okay, yeah. It's a consumption deck, of course. It's gonna summon the Banshee, the Bargus. There's a Banshee consume. Oh, we can just kill it outright. Goodbye. Would have been great to summon a Trebuchet, but I have nothing to deal damage, so I'll just go with the cavalry here. That's 17 board power. And I believe that I can win this round without surrendering it. I mean, to better explain, you'd want, if you won first round straight away and your opponent just pass and you're left with 6 cards, 1 card behind your opponent, the strategy would be to just throw away round 2. You're forcing your opponent to drop something on the board, meaning that he'll have to rid himself of the card advantage, and you'll just easily take round 3. That's pretty much about it. But when you have epic cards in hand, you can just go for it. Like right now. So after 2 turns, I'm still leading 17 to 0. Spawn 2 rats. I think the rats will kill themselves.
I shall never be alone.
Yeah. I think I said it before. Monster decks are not that good in this seasonal play with its current mechanics. Why? Because any creature that doesn't have armor and has 2 power or below, you just spawn it and it instantly dies. Now I'm going to build up the Tridium Infantry with Temerian Drummer. We also have Anastrenga in hand. Banshee consume an allied unit. But that was pretty well thought of. He can basically spawn multiple copies because its Death Wish ability is to bring it back from the dead. And it can only be performed 2 times. Let's grab Igni. Why? Because currently, if we play Igni, both of those 7 will die, but they will be respawned. Let's get the Temerian Drummer out. I don't want to use Temerian Drummer and Anastrenga on the same row. There you have it. So I'm waiting for that card to get to 0 Death Wish charges. Once it completes those charges, it won't come back from the dead. But there's also that big thing, that 13 sitting in the left melee row, Cave Troll Defender. Well, it's too bad. Could have annihilated those 7s. So we have an option to play Ana, or to just drop Geralt Igni and get rid of that 13. Oh man. Well, actually, it's still good. We're still fine. We also have Geralt Yrden. The thing is, you are also dealing damage, and you won't be reducing that much if all the cards are damaged. Actually, resetting them, if they're damaged, they will bring their power back up to their normal power. Well, that's an interesting turn of events. We've got 10 and 12 on the ranged row, and we've got a 13 on the melee row. Let's keep Igni and Yrden for the as the last cards. We're leading 58 to 50, but yeah, we have nothing to bring back. Nothing good, actually. Treachery. Okay, and that's gonna spawn 2 rats on Death Wish, so it's gonna be completely useless. Well, I need to understand exactly which of the rows needs Yrden and which of the rows needs Igni. So I'll keep them for now. I will play Necromancy, and I'll bring back the Reinforced Trebuchet. Dealing damage everywhere. Let's just hope I don't deal too much damage, because otherwise Yrden will be completely ineffective. Or Igni, by the way. And I finally understood how Igni works, so you can only use it on a lane that has a total of 20 or more power in that lane added up, and it'll destroy the biggest creature or creatures if they have the same amount of power. So you're looking to play Igni exactly when your opponent has the same amount of power on multiple cards, and they are the biggest power in that row.
Any last words?
So we're gonna get rid of that 13. And oh, that is excellent. We just dealt all the damage into the melee row, leaving that ranged row untouched for Geralt Yrden. So this is a good example of how you can win a round 1 and round 2 without throwing round 2 and going for round 3. I don't know if that explains what I was trying to say. If you have the power to win round 2 immediately with a card disadvantage, go ahead. Just don't try it versus other Northern Realms and other Nilfgaard decks, because you'll lose, and because you'll waste everything, you'll lose the 3rd round immediately as well. So throw away round 2 and go for round 3 in that case. And I think one more match should be enough. We've got match with a Skellige, so it's going to be interesting. Skellige has some interesting cards in its arsenal, especially the ones with deal 1 damage to the left and boost self by whatever, and whenever adjacent cards get damaged, boost self. So it's going to be a very, very good opportunity to show you guys how to defeat Skellige now. I have a good hand. With this deck, you always have good hands. Okay, yeah, those are the things that was talking about. So that thing gets boosted whenever adjacent cards get damaged. I'm just gonna use Geralt Professional to get rid of it. You can use it early on or just wait for a good opportunity, but it completely destroys any card, any unit that has a multiple, that its power is a multiple by 3. So you can use it right away if you find the correct opportunity. You don't need to wait until it gets too big and just missed a window of 1 extra power that you can't use and deal with it. So I'm just gonna start dealing damage here and there. Vesemir, yeah, Eskel and Lambert gonna be deployed. Everything went in the arranged row. Now I'm safe against Igni. Except, maybe, come on. Nah, damn it. I had hoped that leaving that with 1 power and the Trebuchet could get rid of it, but doesn't matter. My opponent threw in the towel for round 1, meaning I'm 1 card behind in round 2. I have to decide if I want to push. Let's see, we're going to throw that away. We've got cavalry, we've got portal, we've got Tridim infantry, double Tridim infantry. We've got unarmed. We can Pincer maneuver for a Geralt Yrden. Oh, never mind. I just got it. Throw away 1 Tridim infantry. Because without a boost, that card is pretty much dead. And we only have Anna Strenga in hand. Okay, it did not get locked. But received quite a lot of damage. I could try to boost it back. So putting it in the melee row or in the range row. I only have Anna to boost adjacent cards. And just leaving Seltkirk with 3 power seems kind of bad. So I'm going to play the Tridim infantry, and I'm going to be grabbing a Temerian drummer. And I'm going to use a Temerian drummer to start boosting Seltkirk. Freya's Blessing. Another adjacent unit takes damage. Oh man. Well, it's going to be a an RNG race here. Depends where Tridim infantry will deal damage. I could go with Portal. I could just go with yeah, sure, why not? Oh man. Tridim infantry double down right next to each other. I need to be really, really careful. Because if I drop on a stringer between them, they'll just both keep on boosting, and whenever my opponent will play Geralt Igni, they will be removed.
We'll turn the sea red.
Ouch. That was uncalled for. They'll probably both be removed anytime soon. Oh, there it is. Geralt Igni.
Any last words?
Yep. Both Dridim infantries got what they deserved. I'm gonna spawn the cavalry here. Eternal Cavalry. Camel Riders. Second Wind. My opponent did not use Second Wind. Meaning he can still bring back something from the dead. What's that? 984. Not good enough. Too bad Anna is boosting nothing.
I hate portals.
Now there's nothing left to keep boosting. So it's 794. And I only have Necromancy and Geralt Eoden. Royal Decree. And it's gonna be Draco Eternal. Yeah, that thing can go places. So it's 43 to 32. I could pass and let my opponent try to spawn like it. He needs 11 power to overcome the board, but I'll just continue to push, and I think I'll pass this next turn.
I need a man like a whale needs a wheelbarrow.
Whoa. This thing is getting dangerously close. Let's see. So that's ooh. That ranged lane is an excellent place to get rid of power using Geralt Eoden. That's 7.
Not your lucky day.
Goodbye. So it's 28 to 61. My opponent can play 3 cards. The 2 in hand and 1 in... one by deck ability. Can bring back something from the dead with Second Wind. Can he muster?
Any last words?
Yeah, he'll probably get this turn. This round. Lock and reset. That's 34, 39, and he basically uses everything he had
You've nowhere to run.
to win this round. By 5 power. Well done. Well done. Well, at least I forced my opponent to play everything he had. I still have some aces in my sleeve. Oh, that's a camel. Okay. So I have 14 plus 10, 24 plus 7. That's a lot of boosted... yeah, that's a lot of boosted units I'm going to be deploying. Probably should have dropped Lila. Black Lila. Could have dealt damage for two turns.
Fill our hearts with wrath.
Well, that's okay, I think. I'm gonna drop it now, and we're gonna start dealing just 2 damage, unfortunately.
Accept our sacrifice.
Okay, this is gonna end so well for me. 19 to 18, I'm leading, and I'm gonna be dealing 2 damage here. and I will play this dude. And that's 29 to 16. Game over. Match 1. I have so many keys and so many things to do. Let's take a look at the unlock tree for Season of the Wolf. We've got 17 keys. We just got these today and yesterday. So I only have like 2 more cups to unlock Season of the Wolf complete. And here we need to play some stuff. That's pretty much it. Look at that. It's almost done. Thank you guys for watching. A very big shout out to my channel supporters. Guess I'll see you next time. Cheers.